The URF, having been formed, has quickly rounded up most of the persons that had entered during the events of Bill's escape. The URF had also revealed a terrorist group that had been growing. And during the event, all members of this group had come together. But during the roundup, one was captured by the URF and is currently under interrogation. The only information revealed was off the fact that what they have planned will happen soon. The city unaware, the government on high alert, and the URF is the city's only chance to locate and stop the coming attack by this group that has now been named Antifa. Again and finally, the boring part is over. Let's see what happened to Kim finally.
Man, third time tonight for me. All right, move, Donnie.
What the? Ah! Who are you?
Donald, help!
Kim?
Donald! So let's see. Is there anything I could have done in the time that I've been here? Well, I did go around different underpasses to find the magazines, and I oil wrestled that one homeless guy that kind of looked like the Flash for that one magazine. Or maybe it was about that one girl at the club. I slipped an antacid in her drink, 'cause George told me it was something else. Or maybe it was because of that fight I got into at the dirty movie place. But people of this time ought to know that it's 2 to 3 chairs if you're planning anything in a place like that. Maybe it was the TVs I stole from Ken's Electronics by telling the manager I was his brother. But I needed them for that sick-ass game room me and Donnie found. Or maybe it was because of that time I was sunbathing and...
For the love of God, Kim, the cells are recorded.
Arnold? I was just joking about all that stuff.
You're very lucky you're in my facility.
Arnold? How's Donald? Did they take him? Did he ask about me?
Do not worry, Kim. Donald is fine aside from a bump on the head. He's okay. You were the only one taken in.
You're still not answering my question, D. He asked about me.
Haha. Yes, Kim, he did. He was very worried.
Of course he was. After all, his best friend was removed from his bed.
Why were you in his bed, Kim?
Why am I here, Arnold?
Okay. Well, you were taken in due to the events of Bill's escape. What was the last thing you remember before the hospital?
Let's see, there was this nurse smoking near the hospital giving me the eyes. Was all set to lay down the smooth Kim Riz. But then they also had to check me too.
Before that, Kim.
Well, not really anything. Except for the conversation me and the boys had in the train cart that exploded because Joe's dementia-ridden ass didn't understand that beeping was bad.
Well, then let's see if this might remind you.
What is that thing and why is it carrying the boys?
That was you, Kim.
What? Am I a werebeast?
No. Why would you think you were a werebeast?
Full moon on Halloween.
There was no full moon.
Okay, but then maybe a curse.
Curses don't exist, Kim, but we think it has to do with your Gaia energy, meaning that you have a connection that makes you able to access to multiple other creatures.
Okay, but that creature is connected to that how?
Well, that's what we will need to test. Otherwise, you'll be exiled or executed out of fear of your existence.
Many attempts have been attempted on my life. All have failed. As the leader of North Korea, I am unafraid.
Kim, first of all, you've already been locked in a cell. Secondly, North Korea definitely doesn't exist anymore.
Fair point. So I assume that we will be breeding me as the stud that I am to produce more.
You have not been listening at all, though I did consider it. but the women have been extremely unwilling to accept this without extreme amounts of pay.
They were just intimidated. I'm not surprised. I see it all the time at the gym.
Okay, Kim, if you're done guessing, I will tell you our plan. If we can figure out the trigger for this strange form.
I see. Well, do you have any idea for this trigger?
No, but we have someone here that will be helping us to do this.
Hello, Kim. I will be whipping you to the point that this monster inside of you becomes just a whimpering little dog.
Oh, no.
Kim, your face muscles are literally struggling from how much of a smile you have.
I am truly frightened of the experience I'm about to go through. Will I need a safe word?
There will be no safe words.
Oh, no.
I see. I suppose I chose correctly. Also wrong at the same time. But for now, Kim, I will be explaining what we are hoping you will be able to accomplish with this strange new ability. Okay, Kim. So we will be seeing if the act of being in this form of near death will cause you to change into that form. The first test is asphyxiation.
All right, Arnold. I'm no stranger to this type of sexual torture.
It's not sexual.
Is ScarJo there?
I am...
Then yes, it is.
We will be starting now. Okay, Kim. The last experiment was not fruitful in any form.
I do not see how. I thought it was quite good.
Kim, you lasted 20 minutes in a room where all the oxygen was vacuumed out, and then decided to use the last 2 minutes to abuse yourself and my eyes.
I got mine at least.
This test will see if we can trigger your form by an extreme amount of fatigue through exercise.
Sounds good. But I do think the commander may have to kick it up.
Oh, I have that new bracelet will allow me to shock you and deeming you in your ear until you arrive here to lick my feet.
Oh, thank you, mistress.
Scarlet, I do not know if this form of conversation is right for the workplace.
Are you questioning me, Arnold?
I am. This is highly unprofessional and
She's very good at that.
I'm only doing this because I need to speak to her immediately.
Sure you are, Arnold. And that smile and stain are not at all related to this.
Is this really her method?
Oh no, she's much more lenient right now. You've given her permission to release her artistic side.
How do you mean?
Have you never been on her trails before?
No, I cannot say that I have.
Oh, you will see the path is the most grueling and horrible, and also the most sexually demoralizing course you can imagine.
How? How did she do this?
As Arnold is not used to our training methods and has decided to be my chair for the next test, I will be the one administering it.
Of course, mistress. You are so wise and fair.
No bootlicking unless I tell you to.
Apologies, mistress.
As the asphyxiation test did not yield any results, the more aggressive course and exhaustion did not yield anything either. Our next test will be extreme amounts of pain.
Oh, yes, please hurt me.
Good doggy.
Let's see. I'm so glad I was able to get my diary back. Let's see. Oh, I remember this day. The first day I met Donald and the boys. Oh, and that time I drunkenly sent those drones. Oh. And that time I and Al Gore got crazy doing whippets. Oh man, I really miss the boys. It's a lot of fun, but it's more fun together. Plus, I just finished that game room, and now I'm stuck doing all this. And we can't run teams on Fortnite. I was even able to convince Penguin Zero to come by. Dear Diet. Since I was ripped from the arms of my friend Donald, his naked muscly arms around my taut and ripped body, his fingers rough and thick locking between my own, the feeling of his meaty and cellulite-ridden thighs against my own cause, screw leg day, his hot breath on the back of my neck. I miss the barracks so much, and just as we were about to get all those boys into that one dark room where we will sweat and groan and go non-stop all night, I really need to get a fan or an AC for that game room. Otherwise, we will need to strip down each time. Actually, maybe that's fine after all. We're all fantastically ripped. Well, diary, I will get back to you on the next installment on the great life of Kim. I see a little school mom action, I take it.
Not quite, Kim.
Then why did Mistress dress up?
I'm here on my day off.
Those are your street clothes. I am unworthy.
Silence. Soon we will begin.
Thank you, Mistress.
It doesn't seem it's enough. I'm turning it up.
Thank you.
We've nearly maxed it out. He's still not changing.
My goodness, he's literally dying and nothing is happening.
Maybe we should turn it up.
What are you, crazy?
Remember your place and know he was in a near-death experience. Apparently, he hasn't reached it yet.
Mistress, have we finished?
What have you done to your men?
Made them into perfect soldiers for me.
Okay, Kim. After all these physical trials, we've accumulated no information.
Yes, I would concur. Where is the commander?
Due to the city-wide power outage and a strange issue with her temporary replacement, she was requested to return to her post.
Well, that is a shame. I felt like we were reaching new levels.
Well, Kim, that's something that was good for neither of us. So you and I will be going through this alone, and we will be focusing on your mind. Kim.
I see. Well then, if we are going down the route of psychology, it all started at the age of 12. I was contemplating the assassination of my father, and also very proud of myself for not peeing the bed for a month straight. While I was playing Street Fighter in my room, I noticed something whenever I played as Chun-Li, or Cammy, or Ken. I would usually have to adjust myself, and one time while adjusting myself for several minutes, I was frightened as it began to release, and I became wet and sticky.
I think I will be the one that will need therapy after this, but I believe we should talk more about what happened that day. Maybe isolate what caused you. Transform.
Well, I told you everything that happened that night. The boys and me were all set to get slimed and wild that night. But Barrick and Joe were taking their time, so we went to a few parties, and I was heavily intoxicated at this point.
Well, we could try that. Maybe alcohol is a trigger.
I'm certain it will help.
Now, I definitely need therapy.
I don't know why it was just a standard bros outing. And like bros, we took our shirts off and laid tightly together.
I really have a headache, and we are still no closer to what happened. Maybe it was your friends being in danger.
We could give that a shot. Probably just need to show a kid growing up on a video for Joe, and he'll take care of himself. And Donald, he's always been a few cheeseburgers away from doing it to himself. Or George. You could...
Okay, maybe that probably won't work. I keep forgetting who you guys are. Yes?
Sir, I have your dessert.
Oh, lovely Kim, would you like a slice?
I wouldn't mind partaking.
My favorite. It's one of the only recipes we still have, and we get to eat this only this time of the year.
Is this pecan? I can't eat that. I have a bad allergic reaction to it.
What about the alcohol last night?
What do you mean?
Kim, we've had to rely heavily on certain beans and seeds to make many of our amenities today, and pecan ale is primarily what we serve.
Oh, then maybe I'm no longer allergic to it. I'll have a slice.
So apparently, you change into that form when your reaction is too much to contain.
Who would have guessed? I wish I could have finished my slice.
Apparently, your allergic reaction requires quite a bit to release the creature, and then to release it, we just need to give you an EpiPen. So we need to make an equivalent of 4 slices of pecan pie into a pill. And then we shall also have a shot ready for you. But this is definitely not what happened with Hillary.
Is that so? Then what do you think went wrong with her?
I'm creating a hypothesis, but I'm still uncertain. However, thanks to what we've learned about you, we will be able to test if others suffer from a similar allergic reaction and train them like we will be training you.
Am I no longer a commando?
No, Kim, you should be focusing on how to control this form.
Maybe we should talk about what is possible in this form.
Well, in this form, your body right now changes into a massive beast that is the amalgamation of an ape crocodile bear and a number of other strong and massive creatures. But I believe you can change it to suit different occasions.
Are you saying I'm like Beast Boy?
I'm sorry?
I'm like Beast Boy from the Teen Titans and can change into all manner of beasts.
More like a disgusting mixture of it all. But can you control yourself?
No, I don't even remember what happened.
Well, you kind of broke the table, stumbled a bit, sniffed around, and found my collection, and began to pleasure yourself in the corner.
Truly a wild animal.
Well, if we can trigger it now, we can control it. So the next steps is to set you off and see if you can trigger it on your own, or at least gain some control while in that form.
Well, I'm game. But if we continuously provoke my allergy, don't you think that's detrimental to my health?
Extremely. But we have no other method. And the video of you pleasuring yourself did not instill enough confidence in my argument to save you from exile.
I guess if I must, I'll take another pie.
Come on, Kim, get some. Kim, you need to take control. Harness it, do not let it control you. Fight.
Kim,
Yes, Arnold.
I'm sorry, but this will have to be our last experiment if we cannot get you to control yourself.
What but Arnold?
I was given a time limit, and it ends today. If you do not control it today, I'm sorry, but I will have no choice but to release you into the city's custody.
But what about the boys and what will happen to me?
They might fight back on this, but we have to follow the rule of our leaders. I'm sorry, Kim. Beginning experiment.
I can't believe this. I won't be able to see the boys anymore. I can't believe this. I miss the good old days, like how we all met. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, my miss, wait, aren't you?
Aren't you?
I can't believe it. You like teenage hussies madness, Thrita.
Yes, of course, after all, 1 started the series, but 2 was such,
Was such a disservice to the series. Wow, I'm gonna get us some beers.
Good times or the time I met George. I can't wait to try these before I buy the...
Oops, so sorry, friend. Oh, hey, Kim.
George, I didn't expect to see you here.
Oh, it's just an old haunt I come to sometimes for some dingers and spitters. Great glad you didn't start it without me. Did Donnie go and grab some snacks?
Yep, shouldn't be long soon. Oh, George, you little fiend, or how about the time I met Barack? Can't check it out with a full bladder. Oh, hey, isn't that?
Oh, dear God, I'm sorry. Is this church? Because I seem to have lost my way.
It's all good, presidential candidate Obama. We're all friends here. I can understand the needs. Like for that copy. Buffy, Mommy Do Me.
Thanks, Supreme Leader of North Korea, Jong-un.
Please, we're about to be bathroom buddies. Call me Kim.
All right, Kim? All right, I brought the DVDs. Should be a great one today, my boys.
Fantastic, Barry. So good for all of us to come together. But remember, this is serious business.
Of course, George. Dirty, dirty Barry. Oh, and who could forget Joseph?
As I said, I want them wearing little cat pajamas.
Listen, sure, I am sorry, but firstly, the first 8 types of those tapes you asked for are illegal and black market only. Secondly, I don't carry furry junk.
aren't you?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chinaman. I'm trying to explain to this man the differences in what I'm talking about. Boy, I can't wait. I even took an extra helping of my pills for this.
That's really not how your pills work. Joe, seriously, if you stroke out, we're leaving your ass on the curb of the hospital. I will not ruin my one night off.
Manchel really be that strict, huh?
Do not start with me, George, my huss. I mean wife. Damn you guys.
Are we talking about Michiel?
Bless you. And one more time, Donnie, and I'm heading home.
Calm it down, Barry. You know it's all for fun.
Yeah, Barry, after all, who are we?
The Zomboys.
Zomboys.
Bill, finally, what were you up to?
Oh, you know, taking a Trump and looking through Melania's and Ivanka's underwear drawers.
Hey.
Oh man, fellas, no one's more short-sighted, narcissistic, filthy, or as ridiculous as my boys.
Here we go, Kim.